everybody. This is Tippy.
And this is Joe.
And you're listening to the Tippy Jo Show. Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going pretty good.
Beautiful.
We got a full house in the studio. We got the cameraman.
Woo!
I got a ponytail.
It's hot.
Yeah, I usually
good.
have a hat on. You know that shit.
Tonight we have Dale. Some of you might know Dale. He is also what do we call? Oh, he's our brother from the
Yes,
barn. Vulgar
absolutely.
Display Podcast is mostly what you will see his beautiful face displayed on.
Thank you. Yes.
Of course, we got Tina Jo.
Oh, we got you.
And-
I'm Joe, and that's Tippy. Hello. Welcome to the Tippy Jo Show.
Holler. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Like we were saying earlier, we've been trying for some years now to make this happen.
This
and
is the fourth time.
Yes,
Yeah.
here we are.
Fourth time's the charm.
That's
That's
it.
how it works, apparently.
Yes, here we are. Good to be
With
here.
Dale,
Yeah.
it's fourth time.
Yes.
He's above average.
Yeah. That's how I feel like it, to roll this out just for little old me for 4 tries. I appreciate it. So thank you.
What was
no
the last
problem.
time? Something happened last time. What was
Head cold or something. Somebody's sick.
Yeah,
and you
we
want
had
to sit in.
sickness, we had weather, we
Yeah,
had
work.
work problems. So
Yes.
yeah, it's just been a nightmare.
Yes,
But you know,
but here we are.
Yeah,
Yes, finally.
yeah. This is either going to be the absolute best episode ever or the absolute worst episode ever.
We're gonna stay
only
with the
because
best.
you know this is for like the universe told us don't fucking have Dale on,
That's kind of
and we said no, we're gonna. So
I was kind of thinking
We'll
that
see.
don't have him.
We manifest our own universe here,
Yes.
so we don't
True
listen
story.
too well, except
Yes.
Mother Nature.
Absolutely.
Hey, I started doing a new thing. So I
Okay.
told Joe this earlier this morning, but I saw this thing online and I thought, I'm going to try that.
Okay.
So every day when I wake up, I'm going to tell myself, this is going to be the best day ever. No matter what.
Has
okay?
it worked?
Yes.
Every day's been great since.
Well, today's the first day I tried.
You got to listen to the details
Let me
on
open
the
you
point,
gotta
though.
open
with
The
that.
point,
Let me
though.
tell you why. Okay, so today I just
Start with
started
that.
today.
Okay.
Okay, so saw this thing right, and it says, you know, every day when you wake up, you say today is going to be the best day ever.
Yes.
Because you find what you seek. So if you say today is going to be the best day ever, and then you spend the day actively looking for why this is the best day ever for you, you're
Sure.
going to find the good thing. So I said that today to Joe. I told myself this morning this is going to be the best day ever. And then
Here I am. You're welcome.
here you are.
I'm here
And
for you.
also got a $36 tip today. So that was pretty
What?
fucking cool. Yeah. And then we also got a really cool statue brought to us that
That
is
show is
priced.
creepy as hell, dude.
Well, it is. Yeah, it is creepy. But the dude told me how much he wanted to price it at. But then I did some research and he is way below that. So also best day ever because we
Yeah.
might be able to sell that thing for 3 times what he thought it was worth.
Nice.
Okay,
So that's
what
cool.
if tomorrow you say it and get a $35 tip?
Hey, that's
Worst
gonna be
day ever?
No.
Okay.
Well, it also helps you actually
This
look
shit
at
sucks.
the world and appreciate the smaller things. So
True
it's like
story.
today's going to be the
Yes.
best day ever. So it's putting yourself in a positive mindset. So
Yeah.
when little good things happen, you're like, oh, today's a good day.
I like
It's not
that.
so shitty after all.
I like
True
that.
story. True story.
Because when my alarm goes off, I'm like,
yeah.
the opposite, but I might try that. Oh, no, I'm off tomorrow.
So let's all practice it. This is for science, you know. We've got 4 of us here
Yes.
now, so that's enough people to do some scientific research, okay?
Okay.
So I started it today. Y'all start it tomorrow. Report back. Let
Okay.
me know why tomorrow's the best day ever.
I will take Sunday because that's
Okay.
going to be a good day.
Yeah, someday, hopefully.
He gets
Hopefully.
sucked out of the
Yeah.
sunroof, dude.
Yeah, or a tornado during while playing video games. That could be. It's a good way to go out.
Yeah, so y'all might not know, or you do know, it'll be done and over with by the time this airs, but we are going to go up to St. Louis to the Artists United Network.
Yes.
Say
Yes.
it correctly, and we are
Yes.
participating in a retro video game challenge.
Which is going
Should
to be
a good
super
time.
cool.
Yes, the Barn Studio versed. I guess it'd be AUN Artists
Yeah.
United.
AUN, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, BARNV.
A.
AUN.
I'll just enter it like tonight or tomorrow. I'll have it done by Sunday. Yeah, sure.
Well, they had us send in 3 of our top picks. Brett, what were your 3 top picks?
Well, I said any Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Mario
that.
3 was one of the options.
Man, it's-
And then Punch Out.
Excite Bike.
Dale?
And Excite Bike.
I
Yeah,
like all three. Excite Bike.
Excite Bike 1,
This is
2,
what I
and
want.
3. That's it.
We won't play it.
Tiffany had me send some in for her. They were good. What'd you
Listen,
pick?
I'm a little
Kirby?
sister. Yeah. So
Kirby.
I was just a button masher. You know what I mean? I wasn't allowed to
Yeah.
have time on the game system because my brother was
Right.
on it. So
That's
I
fair.
only
Game
got
hog.
to button mash every once in a while. You know?
I still lean when I turn.
Yes.
on.
Me too. I do too.
Or I do
With
this
the
with my
remote
leg,
kick.
like in Mortal
Me
Kombat. I'm
too.
like,
I'm
kicking
the
you.
loudest gamer in the
Yeah.
world. I
I
make
can't
so
wait.
much noise the whole time. I get
I
so
can't wait.
like jump around.
Yes, I'm excited to see that. We have a couple
It's gonna
drinks
be
in this.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I was confused. I was asking him about. I was like, "Hey, are they going to be like the legit controllers
Yeah,
for the,
Brett's like,
due
"It
to the
has to be
console?" He's like, "No,
legit."
that's an emulator, so it's just like one controller for each console." I was like,
Really?
So
Yep.
Brett's like, I can bring all my
That's
controllers.
awesome.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just bring your own. Yeah.
Joe, what games did you send in?
Oh, shit. Dude, I totally
Mario
fucking forgot the first two.
It was Mario Kart
Mario Kart.
64.
All I can remember is I sent in Mario Kart 64, and that was the one picked
That's
for me or
Yeah.
for all of us. I'm not really sure how this is
Hopefully all of
going
us.
down.
Didn't you say Street Fighter as well?
Well, yeah, but it was my fourth one. I was like, "Oh, Street
Oh,
Fighter."
okay.
Just
Honorable
as
mention.
we all
Yeah.
wanted to play that.
Honorable
one.
mention.
Gotcha.
I've debated with these two. I was like, I'm gonna steal Dustin's idea because I just want to have a fucking Street Fighters one. Am I saying?
no,
the
you
right
want
one?
Streets of
Yeah.
I want
Rage.
Streets of
That's
Rage.
it, yeah.
You want Streets of Rage.
Streets of
Not
Rage.
Street Fighter. Yeah.
The 4.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. We
that
can
would
do
just
that.
be fun. A little
You could do
tournament.
that.
Get
You know
all of
what
us
he's-
shit bucks together.
He's probably bamboozling us, and he's like, "What's the 3 you're best at?" We're not playing any
Right.
of those.
Yeah, it's gonna be Barbie's Horse Adventure.
And then I'm
Games
gonna be like,
that'll be-
surprise, motherfucker, I'm not good at any of
Yes,
them.
we got a ringer. We're playing what I want to play. 'Cause it's my studio.
I was like, don't tell me. Then I'm just gonna practice and just come
Yeah.
in and totally
Yeah.
whoop ass. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But
That's
then I'm like, am I
We'll see.
keeping the secret that it's Nintendo 64? You know,
Ooh.
Mario
Hopefully,
Kart
yeah,
or
that
what?
was more my shit. Was
Yeah,
64.
yeah.
I,
Yeah.
love
I had a 64, but I traded it for a PS1. Like,
Yeah.
fucking,
That's
like
a good
year.
trade.
I was a
Okay, what you
64
think?
kid.
Like I was confused at like, okay, like what era of video games,
'Cause
bro?
retro-
Like he can't have like every single game ever made. Like,
Right.
give me a
He does.
list or something
Well.
to choose from.
That's what he's saying. If we took Brett's stuff, we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Load up a U-Haul
Yes.
and just take it all. No, it'd be
You drive
like a
separate
trunk.
by us. Yeah.
He just
The
left it
police
so
escort.
open-ended for us to choose. And I'm like, how are we gonna choose? I don't know what you own,
Yeah.
man.
But but see, like he probably does have like the thing
If
you're
it's an
talking
emulator,
about.
then
he
An
uses
emulator.
downloading it
But
from
also
off the
everything,
computer.
yeah.
Then
We've
we can
all
get anything.
been
Yes.
in Dustin's basement.
I'm
Yeah.
anxious to see.
He reminded me of Wiley. He got all of his stuff from childhood,
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
collectible
Yes.
toys, his cameras.
Hell yeah.
And he showed it off
wouldn't
to us.
surprise me if he also had a stack of his, but he might be
Good.
like, no one's touching these.
Yeah.
These are my babies.
These are my children.
Even Brett's are on a shelf, and when people go near him, he kind of.
Yeah.
Dude, I got the majority of those from the pawn shop there in Bonn.
Yeah,
Terrace.
but
The
still, they're,
skating rink.
they're yours. Oh yeah, by the skate. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Tell
I'm
us
pumped.
a little bit about Vulgar.
So, like how we all got
Yeah,
into it
tell
and
me
started.
how long you been
How'd
doing
you
Vulgar?
get into Vulgar?
Yeah.
So I've told this story a few times now.
Not
I think
to
I
us.
told it, on Artist. But
Yeah.
so when I was a junior in high school, we were juniors because Brett and I same age, graduated together. But we were juniors. Brandon Moses, good friend of mine, was a senior, and he was a drummer in Chad's band. Chad, shout out, Big
Yeah.
Prez, Professor, Mox, all that.
That's our dad.
That's our daddy. So him and my buddy Brandon were in this metal band together, and I took a liking to him, went to all their shows, and would like just go early and then go to practices at Brandon's house. And then even a couple times when Brandon lived with me, my mom allowed them to practice in our basement. And I just thought that was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
My sister hated it. It was loud. Like a Tuesday night, you just hear a metal band screaming in the basement. It was amazing. Well, we we all hit it off, and we had a huge love in the same interest of music. And then every time I'd go to any show, no matter where it was, Pops, Pageant, like Creepy Crawl, there's Chad and Twan every single time. And the coolest, Twan always wore these badass Amen shirts that were extremely vulgar. And I was like, I like the scarier the better, And then they just were very knowledgeable of music and took a huge liking to him. And then over time became, like an actual friendship. And then we'd always go to the shows, and I'd be like, I'm here for so-and-so, the headliner. And they'd be like, trust me, you want to be here for the opener. And 10 out of 10 every time they were right. They knew every up-and-coming band, who was going to take off. And again, just extremely knowledgeable, and I just really highly looked up to them. They were older than me and just very educated in good music and all these chat rooms and everything. And so again, we just always kept in touch, and then over time started like going to shows together. I'd hit up like Anthony, and then like I'd hit up Chad, and then I'd have an extra ticket, or vice versa. Well, then when Chad started the barn right after COVID, he texted a group Snapchat text to me, Anthony, me, Twan, and Danny McFerrin, and was like, hey. He's like, I got this little studio set up in the, in my barn in the backyard. If y'all just want to talk music and record it, he's like, every time we see each other, we just have these conversations anyway. It's all we've ever done.
Yeah.
I see him and I was like, hey, what's up? How's the kids? How's Sarah? How's everything going? So who's so-and-so's coming to town?
Yeah.
Like what shows you going to?
the point.
Yeah, exactly. What shows you going to? Have you heard this album? And then so he's like, let's just record it. And it's no different than what we do now. So me and Anthony took, instantly was like, yes, we'll be there at this time. And Chad kind of put together like a guideline of 3 favorite small venue shows that we've been to, like smaller clubs than like you'd see at like Riverport or whatever. And then like it was like your 3 favorite shows and 3 something else are your favorites. And then just kind of bullshit music and what got us into music, and like the story of like me and Nate Lane's basement in like 7th, 8th grade. Because I was big into rap and like punk growing up. I was a little skate rat like Brett here. And so it was like Misfits and like old school, like NWA, all rap. I loved rap. And then Nate Lane one day came home with his basement and he had Slipknot and Static X CDs, and I heard Slipknot and I was like, these are my people. Like just the heavy, to the point, the scream, the message. I was like, this is my life now. Well, then so to come to the, just sit at the barn and talk, and they asked our story, how we got into it, and our 3 favorite shows or whatever. And then like before we knew it, Chad posted it, and like all our homies were texting us. Like I'd be, thank you for the shout out. Like Alicia Baker and all of them, like homies, like in the scene, metalheads would be like, "Oh my gosh, I listened to that the other day," and we're all like, "Really?" It's kind of cool. It's like 300
Thought
views
no
or
one
whatever.
was gonna hear, and you're like, "Yeah."
We was just kind of doing it, to kind of mess around and enjoy talking music, and then like people were texting us and stuff, and then a week later it was like, "Well, hell, let's," and Chad always, very on top of everything, had like a legit guideline set up of what we'd talk about, and then he started this thing like banger or bust, and he'd play like a song, and then we'd kind of vote on it, and then friends that live out of state like Kenny Pacula in Florida, Micah up in Wisconsin that runs Birds and Swords, he'd like have them vote on it, and be like a surprise guest to us. And excuse me, and it just became fun. And then before we knew it, he's like, hey, we're gonna go to Memphis and interview this band 200 Stab Wounds and then watch Soulfly there too. I was like,
yes.
I was like, what? I was like, McVeigh, get your GoPro. I was like, you're coming with us. So then the whole interview thing kicked off, and then like it's just, I still every time have pinch me moments of these bands that I've loved either now or since all these years of high school with them, and I can't thank him enough, and like all that him and Anthony do, and it's just to include me on it. Like I'm thankful because it's just my life, like I'm never outgrown it, and I never will. Like I work and go to shows. That's what I love. That's what I'm passionate about, So to have him open up the door for us to do more of that and be so included. And I just like will stare at the screen now when we do these Zooms with bands. I don't care like how small or big they are. I'm like, dude, I drove to Chicago to see you like 19 years old, that obsess over him. Like now you're talking to me, you said my name. Like it's a very,
you
very
fangirl
every time. Every time.
I've been on a couple interviews with Dale, and he does fangirl more than me.
Yes, 100%. I get nervous, like I get excited, like I lose sleep. I'm like, this is amazing to me. And then when they're like, oh, come to the show, I'm like, oh, this is so fun. So yes, major shout out to Chad for everything he's done. And then it's been a fun ride, and I'm like very blessed to be in this position. And then like talking to you guys, like shit like this, like it's just so fun meeting new connections and new people, and it's just been fun.
Yeah. I would have to agree with that statement.
Oh yeah, it's been a blast.
It's been fun.
It's been great. Yeah. It's like each week, it's just you get this like new thing to do, and it's very cool. Now we all have the merch live, and
yes, new merch. Gonna have to check that out for sure.
Gonna make anything, Bert?
I'm gonna try to come up with something. No one wants a cameraman shirt, but I'm gonna make one.
Sure
fucking
you
cool.
do.
Yeah, this wouldn't exist without you.
Yeah, there's a cameraman out there somewhere being like, I need a cameraman shirt.
Yes.
So
That's what I said. I'm gonna make one, and it just says I'm just the camera guy.
That's what I
That's what he
say.
says sometimes.
That's
Like,
funny.
bitch, there would be none of this
Yes.
without producers and editors behind
Exactly.
it. Like, we brainstorm, we do a lot. Like, don't think we don't do a lot just because we don't just sit here.
Right.
But
There's work.
yeah.
Side note, Drew was at our house. Drew Wall was at our house the other night, and we were just talking about. He's like, "We need to make a horror movie." I was like, yeah. What did he come up with?
Stay tuned for the end of summer 2025 There may be a
can't wait.
horror movie.
It was don't involve me throwing knives because he just needs a gun. I've seen the clips.
Oh shit!
Jason Bourne over here.
Let me throw one more knife.
What was the movie
We're
called?
determined.
It was
Skinner Tube.
Skinner Tube. So it's a killer inner tube. But I was like, dude, that's basically like that movie Tire.
That's
It's just
great.
a tire.
I'm
that
scared
just kills
already.
people. But an inner tube, we don't know where it's from.
Hey, it's gonna hit.
Skinner Tube.
It's definitely gonna take off.
I already know the fine details, but I already have it in my head.
Yeah, you've seen it already.
Yeah, I have.
Sure, he pre-watched it.
Yeah.
You guys have interviewed a lot of big names over there at
Yes.
Vulgar, which is super awesome.
Very.
Of all, and I know it's hard to pick a favorite, but who has been your favorite either artist or band that you guys have had the chance to talk to?
Mine, them two agree on the same, and it's Max for them. Chad and Anthony is Max Cavalera, and I mean that dude is a legend in the game. And I told her, but personally, through some of the shit that I've been through, an album that I listened to by a band that I love. I have a half sleeve tattoo dedicated to them, a band, Miss May I. Their lead singer, Levi Benton, is one of the sweetest humans on the planet. And Chad, I've told this story as well before too, but before the interview even started, he texted Levi before he called and told him what to say. And, you know, we do like a drop like,
Yeah.
oh, this is Levi from Miss May I. He's like, yeah, this is Levi from Miss May I, and you're listening to Dale Stotler and the boys from Vulgar. They took a picture, and I was just like, just happy face. They always put like, you know, the little bubbles
Yeah.
and like make fun of me, like in the
Yeah.
like, oh, and I was just like, dude,
That's
that
so
made my life.
cute.
Yes.
Aw.
And then Mike Haley they were coming. They just released a new album, and St. Louis was the first stop of the tour. Like all these stars aligned. Chad got me a press pass. He got Mike Haley a photo pass. We went in, got kicked out, and then got brought back out. Legit press passes. Come in, and then at the end of it, I'm talking to Jared, their drummer, and then here comes Levi, and it was just like a halo of like Jesus, and he comes walking out, and I'm like,
man.
Levi, I'm like, it's Dale from Vulgar, and he was like, man, he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, he was all apologetic, like, was that okay? Did that work for the podcast? And I was like, yeah. I didn't know, but Mike took some like pictures of me not paying attention. We're like hugging, broing out and stuff, and he like printed one out for me and put this like in this plastic little case, and it was just. So long answer, it was definitely Miss May I for me. And I mean,
Nice.
yeah, it was just like I said, one of their albums meant a lot to me in a bad time, and it was just, it meant a lot. And then for Levi just to take the time to talk to us, and then when he said my name, I still listen to that to this day. I'll pull it up on YouTube, like, that's me.
He just listened to it over and over.
Like,
To
I'm Dale
fall
Stotler.
asleep.
He had to fall asleep too. I'll show you, like, you hear that? Yeah, no big deal. He loves me. We're basically best friends. And then McVeigh and I they were playing that album in full, and it didn't come to St. Louis last year. So once again, Chad got us 2 passes, and we drove all over Chicago and talked to Levi again at that. And so just a cool deal. But like Hatebreed was a massive one for me. Used to be obsessed with them in high school. Killswitch Engage. We just had their drummer, and then we got access to that concert a couple weeks ago, and that was cool. And man, there's just so many. And Max Cavalera was, I didn't get to make the second one, but I made the first one, and like, I just kept pulling my headphones off, like just hearing her talk and looking at Chad and Anthony, like, dude, that's Max talking to us. Like, dude, you have no idea how crazy this is. But there's just so many that are, and then it's just cool.
Yeah.
Definitely mine though is Miss May I.
Very cool.
I would say overall though, like we've set in on some cool ones.
Corn.
No, I wish. Bucket list for me would be Randy from Lamb of God. That's like elite. We all want Phil from Pantera. Like the podcast name is like spun from that. And then there's so many legends that we'd like to, but like Randy from Lamb of God would be like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, game,
Well,
set, match.
Honestly, I think the sky's the limit.
Oh, 100%. And then
Yeah.
like Chad said over and over at the end of last year, he's like, this thing's just, you know, it's on a rocket ship.
Yep.
Like it's just going further up and up. And then again, some of the ones we've done with like Travis Stever, I have the Coheed emblem tattoo as well.
Hand-down's favorite.
Exactly. That was an elite day. That band to me since also junior year. Shad Williams.
Dude,
Shad
I remember when
Williams.
you all went up there and
Yep.
I didn't get to go, but it was our junior year or
Yep.
was it sophomore year?
Dude, we were young. It was like
Yeah.
probably, I remember it was like music appreciation class, and Shad Williams handed me their first album, and I was like, what the hell? And
Yeah, I remember Shad was really big on
and then
those
like
guys.
overnight, I was like, I get it because of the high pitched voice and all that. But oh my gosh, like I just took a drawing to him and have been obsessed. Like I said, I
Yep.
got the Keywork tattoo, like another band that was a big one. And then Steve-O, and then Tech Nine was a fun one. What did we just do the other day that was big?
Dan from Story of the Year.
Story of the Year, man. Going with Nicole McDowell and all them to see when they were Big Blue Monkey.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Dude, I remember Jody and Motley had burnt me a CD of Big Blue Monkey. I was like, who the hell is Big Blue Monkey?
The first song on
And
it
I
was
like,
called Story of the Year.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I still have that CD somewhere floating
Dude,
around, man.
Jimmy Me hearing that chump.
I remember
borrowed
that,
it.
dude.
I had the 6
lives right
disc.
down the street from me, yeah.
I had the 6-disc EP of Big Blue Monkey, and I let him borrow it. And still to this day, I'm not bitter.
Yeah, he's still borrowing it, man.
Where you at, Kieran?
Yes,
I
can I have
walked
it
in
back?
with my notes from Story of the Year, though, and Chad's like, nice to know you have Google, too. I'm like, I have Brett. I didn't use Google.
Wow.
All these
with,
are Brett's notes for me.
With the 67 North pull,
Yeah.
that was a good pull. Yeah, that was awesome.
But he's like, yeah, but that was a different band.
Yeah,
That's true.
But
but he was
wasn't it?
familiar, and
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
So. But there's just so
That was
many.
neat.
And then I looked, I have I frame like all my tickets. Like, remember when we went and seen Steve-O?
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever in the car at home. Kyle gave me his ticket. Like, that meant the world. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
that
my
sucks that
God.
they didn't give us our tickets.
Yeah.
Like, are they?
The printed.
Well, okay. Now, where do we go? Wherever they.
We got tickets.
Where did we
Yeah.
go recently though? And they took our tickets. Like, why
it
can't
was
you
the
just scan
Bigfoot
them?
Yeah.
one. We didn't get like to keep our
Oh
tickets
yeah,
from
yeah.
Bigfoot.
I was like, why are you
Ignorant.
taking our
They
tickets?
took
they
the
took
dude?
whole
thing.
thing.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Take the end with
And
the
looking
barcode
back-
on it,
Rip
right?
that off or
Yeah,
scan
because I
it.
did the same thing. I built like a little box
Yeah.
frame thing. And
Yeah.
I just put
Yeah.
all my trinkets and stickers
Same.
and stuff.
All
I
those
love
memories.
it.
And then I
Little
looked and
things.
had a Big Blue Monkey one signed by the bassist.
That's
Adam.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
I just
Still
have a
holding
bunch
on
of
to it.
MapQuest stuff printed off from my printer from '97, just all over my wall. No, I don't.
Shout out to Ray. This is when we went to the pageant and had a MapQuest.
This is my road trip book. I printed these all out on MapQuest.
Oh, I love it.
I still like to have a paper map when I travel.
Do you?
never-
Do you really?
never know.
Like a map
you
map?
never know.
Do you keep it like in the
man.
glove
This
box
is
and you unfold
bullshit.
it and like flip it out real loud?
I've been in her car.
No,
She don't
I
have
think
one
there
of
is
those.
one in there
Since here, we
that's
haven't even
folded
went
up.
2
It's never
inches.
been unfolded. Probably half the highways aren't even right yet. Yeah, I think there's one out there. It goes along with
Good
like
to
having
know.
flares and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that.
Flares.
Flares.
Yeah, road flares.
The
You
little
know?
I got
hazard
you.
cone. Like
I was like, she's talking about Ric Flair.
Woo.
He's going to St. Louis soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm sure
Rick
Chad
Flair.
will get an interview.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he's
He's
doing
going to
something.
hoot and holler
gonna
and
talk?
talk about his
He's just
alligator
gonna walk
shoes.
out. He's just
Yeah.
gonna walk up to the arch and be like, "Woo!"
He'll be at-
And then that's it. He's done. He's gone.
You can't keep these alligators down. That's all we need him to do.
Yeah,
that's it.
Where's
Do
he
the thing.
going?
Do the thing.
Yeah. Do the roar.
Do the. All right, bye. 4 minutes of my life. That's all I needed. So yeah, I think there's probably huge bands that I'm missing and forgetting, like on the spot. To
Well,
even
I mean,
think
you
of, but
guys have really
it's every
honestly
week.
talked to so
Yes.
many people.
It really,
It's
yeah.
been, it really has been incredible. Like,
is.
just, I mean, from the outside looking in, even like you guys are really killing it, and we
Yes.
love to see it.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Appreciate
And we
it.
love to get that message, like, hey, y'all want to come hang out with us while we talk to these people?
Yes, I know. I'm always like, yeah. And Chad's always the same way. He's like, come out to the
Yeah.
barn. We was when you guys came out a couple weeks ago, or it might have been a couple months ago. Now it was awesome. I forget who was.
Time isn't real. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so
Yeah.
whenever me, you, and Kyle went out there to record, and because Chad wanted to
Yeah.
see what lighting looked like with
Oh,
the
right.
camera
Well, that
and
was
stuff like
several
that.
months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's been a
remember
while.
the bang or the bust one because I didn't quite agree with all of their decisions on what songs were a bust.
That's why. Yeah, that's why you get a vote. That's why you get a vote. Yeah. So definitely, and then like the guys at work just look at me like I'm crazy because
Why?
hey, I'm gonna head out of here and go interview the drummer from Slayer.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go hunting next week. I'm like, I'm gonna dip out and go talk to the drummer from Slayer. Like, what?
He's like, yeah, go
And
hunting.
you're come back and work at a
Weirdo.
cement? Yeah.
You have your
what I do.
passions in life, I have mine, okay?
You like your things, I like mine. Yeah.
Yours are just way cooler than
Yeah,
theirs.
right. Like, you're gonna do what? Like, you went and talked to Steve-O yesterday? I'm like, yeah, on a Zoom. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Not to
No
like
big
try and,
deal,
yeah,
yeah.
not to try and sound like a doucher and like
Like a little
flex.
humble brag every
Yeah,
once in a while.
yeah,
It's
like,
okay,
that
you
was
know.
my Thursday. What'd you do? You know? All thanks to Chad, though. It's never me whatsoever. It's all Chad's. And like I said, I'm just there to
It is. I'm
ride
very grateful for
coattails
Chad, and every time he
100%.
lets me in on something, I'm like, thanks. It's
same.
like, well, that's the point. It's like, but still, thanks.
Same. And that's what I love about him is he offers it to the masses.
Yeah.
He's like, this is all of ours. He's never once only like, hey, you two, we're going to interview so-and-so. He's like, let me know who can make it at this time on Tuesday.
You know what I love? In fact, one time, and I won't drop any names, but we experienced this together. But one time, somebody was like, I don't know, there might not be enough microphones. And then Chad came on and said, excuse me, everybody's invited.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the best.
Yeah, because we've shared one a couple times.
Yeah, we shared.
Yep. And then like Joe Exotic, we all sat back there and we might even share one, me and Kyle. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was a fun one, too.
that was hilarious.
That was
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, that one had to be a hoot.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was.
I watched it, but to be there had to be a hoot.
Yeah.
It was a
He's-
hoot in a
Man,
whole
like
different
Tiger
way,
King.
It
I
was.
feel like.
And then towards the end, it was sad. Like he feels so army. It's like everybody
Yeah.
portrays me to be this meth head. He's like, this is my real life. Like I'm dying here. He'd already beat that cancer.
Yeah.
He'd went through COVID in prison.
Yep.
And he was like getting other treatments. And like he is a real human being. You know, we just see him on TV on Netflix.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
laugh and kind of roast him and talk shit. But then when he's like, I am a real human. This isn't the truth. Have I done drugs? Yes. You know, he's like, but that's not who I am as a human. And then when he gets sent to prison for doing the things that every other animal activist or whatever has put down animals the exact same way, but now he's an asshole for it. It's like, dang, like he is a dude at the end of the day. You know, he's just a
Yeah.
person. But it was fun. He's
Yeah.
doing something tomorrow, like live. He's doing a live call I seen on his Facebook from his prison in
They
Texas.
let you
Oh, is he?
do that?
Is he gonna get
He's
like
done a
released
couple
possibly
few.
They're
lately?
talking.
That's what I heard.
Well, he put in an appeal.
yeah. Well, how many times though?
Yeah.
Like which
Yeah,
one is
true
it?
story. I have no idea how the appeal went, but that was a while ago. I talked to Roger Roots, which is his
that was
attorney.
about 2
Yes.
months ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen any follow up from that though. I'm gonna have to check into that and see what's going on there.
Haven't seen any random free Joe Exotic posts either.
Every once in a while
those
they
like
sneak
pop up,
in,
you know?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Need to keep that turned alive to get the homie out.
Right.
Maybe bring him to the barn.
Dude, that would be
I mean,
cool.
he likes
So-
animals, the barn.
Like I would travel. There's been a couple times with some people. I'm like, I'll come to you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I already told Roger Roots that when Joe gets out that he's going to do a stairwell session here at the Tippy
Yes.
Jo Show, and Roger said yes, and I was like, deal.
Dude, could you
Okay.
imagine?
Deal.
Could you imagine? That
Can
would
you
be
like wild?
gold.
That would be wild.
Yes.
I'm gonna rent a tiger.
Saw a tiger.
rent a
In your
tiger.
stairs.
It's like right there.
Joe.
Oh, that's gonna be the coolest.
Man, I'd be front row with a lighter. Like, kill
Good
it, Joe.
Lord.
Kill it.
And he can come back and do karaoke at my house.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
Remember
better
this.
watch
He can sleep
it.
on the
You're his
futon. He
type.
can sleep on the futon, okay?
Good. He's
awesome.
like, that couch pulls out, but I don't.
Yeah. His
You better
husband's like,
watch
yeah. Oh, shit.
gosh. Good,
So-
good times.
Yes. What about y'all? Anything new on the horizon for Tippy Jo Show?
We
So
always
we
got
got the
something
merch. I know you
coming
guys-
up. Yep.
Yeah. Like any, because you guys are always doing events and like the Smoke to
I
Valhalla.
said, well, that's why I
Yes.
was in my head thinking is that honestly, probably within the next month, we'll be very super busy with Smoke to
Spring.
Valhalla.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So coming up, of course, we've all got the Artists United, like
Yeah.
we talked about, the Retro Game Cup. This weekend coming
Well,
up
this
is
weekend's
the
the
Raise a Village,
Mm-hmm.
which we're just hanging out at.
Yeah,
we're
just
not
gonna go.
we don't have any part in it. We're just going to go and support it, but that's going to be a lot of fun. That's
Nice.
with the I'm Not Okay podcast. That's Kyle Lindsay.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out. Love Kyle.
But the first
And then-
real big thing's just April 19th. the
Smoke to Valhalla.
grand opening. We'll be there for that. We'll have our own some merch and some stuff
Yep.
out for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to have merch on site.
We designed.
Yeah, I think-
Oh,
What?
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think if you like.
Well, and we were
see
meant
it
to
there.
reach out to, like, obviously we're going to Chad and you guys to know
Yeah.
if there's anything you want us to put out just to represent our home network.
Yeah,
Am I
the
having a
barn.
seizure?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
barn or even vulgar stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh,
that you, Dad?
No, that is going to mess with everything. What do we do?
Hit it.
Kill it?
We take a brief pause. There.
I'm
That should
sure
be,
it's
that
still
should be all
fine.
right.
Tell it too.
Welcome to the mood lighting.
And that was commercial, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was commercial. And we're back.
Welcome back. Now we're really ready to
Yeah.
party.
From the greatest day to the greatest night ever.
Ew.
We already told you we're working on a horror movie.
Yeah.
Well, that was a thought. After a couple smokes,
I'm glad I could be
jokes
on
there.
the insider of that. Yeah, I can't wait till it comes out.
But yeah, we have the shirts that we've designed and obviously on the website. But then also we got some special Tippy Jo shirts that you won't be able to order online. You'll have to order them specifically from Mama. What is the full thing?
No,
Just call
you'll
her
be able
Mama.
to get them at Copper Fox.
Well, yeah, at Copper Fox,
And
but
then-
they're through Mama.
Yeah, Mom Bear Designs.
Yeah.
Lindsay Dishbine, she does a great job. She any kind of if I ever need any merch or if I have like a random idea and I'm like,
Right.
hey, throw the shit on a shirt, she's down. Don't
That's
matter what
awesome.
it is.
And
She'll
it's
slap
keeping
it on a
that
shirt for me.
supporting small business and
Yes.
community.
Right.
So,
Which I love too. Very cool.
Yeah, she's really great too. Great
Nice.
person.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
these shirts are they're pimp.
They
They're
are.
pimp.
They're
Phenomenal.
pimp
They're
shirts. Okay.
Yeah. Exclusive.
I'm gonna love them
Did
so
she
much.
say that she could do that?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Citra says yes to everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
she down. She down.
You yes.
Yeah, so whatever.
See.
she don't even let me message her. She just sees my little bubbles and she's like, sure,
Yep.
I will. I'm like,
How many?
okay.
What size? How many? And what size?
we'll be down there for that. And then we're also planning in the future, there will be a cord burning ceremony.
Yep.
That we're going to put on for people to come and
With
participate
Smoke to Valhalla.
in. And then for, like a lot of things, we're going to collaborate a lot with Smoke to Valhalla.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. You
Well,
guys
they've
have
got
been supporting
that
them forever.
New location that they're moving into, and it's a massive warehouse.
Where?
So we are over by Bullpen.
Next to
It's like right
Bullpen.
next
I'm
door,
saying,
that
right next
little
to, yeah.
Yeah.
place there.
I know where you're at. Yep.
Yeah. So
Nice.
they are getting ready to get into that. April 19th is going to be their
Yeah.
grand opening. But since it's just, as of right now, it's a big empty warehouse. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're building all the walls and doing everything. But since it is what it is, they're like, hey, why don't y'all come do randomness?
Yes,
Well,
please.
randomness. But the first thing, I don't know if we should spill the beans on it because
No.
it's going to happen.
Yeah, keep it in the cut.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
is
want to
it?
read
It
anymore.
is going to happen.
Well, I mean, it is going to happen, and it
was
happens
it?
when it happens.
Oh,
like
oh,
people
oh.
need, yes.
All right.
Because
all
it's
right.
empty, we want to
Okay.
throw
Neon
a
stuff.
minor rave.
A minor. Okay.
You know,
a
big
minor
dance
rave.
party.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
A
in.
rave for minors.
I'm in.
No.
No minors allowed.
You had me at minors.
No minors.
And I'm talking
Probably a
21 and
minor.
up. Unfortunately, now, I was driving through the car and I had this
You were
thought.
driving
that-
through the car.
I was driving through town and I was in the car and I had this thought, whichever it is, but like, if you can't buy cigarettes and if you can't drink alcohol until you're 21, technically, does that mean someone is not an adult until they're 21 nowadays? Has society?
I mean, it
Well,
seems-
you
That's
can
what it
still
is.
go to
I
war at
I didn't know
18,
cigarettes
so
were not
I
18
say that
anymore.
too. Like, if
can't-
I
I
go
didn't
to
know
war, I
that.
could buy beer.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
But in my
Kid at
mind,
work.
I'm like, should like society adjust that, like
I
how
think
they
so.
have with? Because you're telling an adult you can't smoke cigarettes,
Right.
You can't buy liquor.
Yeah.
Now take this
But
gun
I'm
and fight
a
for your
fucking
country. Like,
adult.
what?
Go die. Go
That don't
die.
make no
I'm held
sense.
accountable fully for my actions, not the same as a juvenile, but yet I
Yeah.
have restrictions on me because I'm not 21
Yeah,
yet.
at 18,
Yeah.
you can be tried as an adult. If something
Right.
happens and you go to court,
Right.
you can be tried as
Even,
an adult.
yeah,
But
right.
you
16,
still
16,
can't buy
yeah.
cigarettes.
Well,
Yeah.
if the
Which is
crime
crazy.
is
It
bad,
is crazy.
enough-
You can get pushed to an adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like I was telling him, you can't even buy chewing tobacco till you're 21. That is unreal to me.
Yeah,
You
That
can't-
is
So-
wild.
Unreal. Dude at work was celebrating the other day, turned 21. He's like, I can buy chew legally. I'm like, what? 21
Yeah,
to
that's
chew?
crazy.
I puked on Chew at like 14, dude. I didn't buy it, but someone had it.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
But I knew a couple people that were in between the age, so they were able to buy cigarettes at 18, but then the law changed, so then therefore they were no
Yes.
longer could buy their own cigarettes because they
Had
weren't
to wait like 2 more
21.
years.
That
that's
is so
stupid.
Dude, that's the
stupid.
government
You
money.
should,
You're
you
right
should,
in
you
this.
should be
Right.
grandfathered in. I would
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. You should be
No.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. Nope. Nope. Wait 2 years. Jump.
Yeah.
that's so dumb.
Yeah. It's crazy. You
Gosh.
could probably buy weed before you could buy a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Do you have to
Yeah.
be 21 to buy weed?
Do you?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
18.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Is it
Unless
21?
you have a medical card.
That's true
Oh,
Can
too.
you
what?
get a medical card when you're 18?
Yeah, you
I
can
would
get a
think.
medical
card
card
as a
at 8.
child.
Like
At
you can get a
8?
medical card
Yeah,
at any point in
if a
time as
doctor
long as your
prescribes
doctor
it.
agrees. Yeah.
For real?
It's no different than they're
Show
prescribing
my
you
time
an
warp
orange.
back and go get my medical card.
All these times back in the day, dude, of stems and
I'll go back
seeds
and
and
forth, yeah.
all my weed charges and paraphernalias.
Isn't it wild? I feel
It's
like
nuts.
now that the laws have changed, they should just retroactively go back and scrub everybody's records. I
Agreed.
think it is absolutely unfair to keep a charge on somebody that doesn't even exist
Yeah, because
anymore.
basically you're saying we were wrong. We shouldn't legalize this, 60 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Crazy.
Get them. You hear that?
And then there are people who are still going to be persecuted and still have a rough time in life
Yeah.
for a charge that can't even happen any
yeah,
longer.
like
and
you
that's
could go
wild.
to get a job and they're like, well, we don't hire felons.
Well,
Like,
you
well,
got
it was
a
a weed
felony.
charge.
Exactly.
But even though with today's technology, even if you had something washed away, someone would be able to find it.
Oh,
if
yeah,
they
you
did,
can
it
always
doesn't
dig
matter
up.
Dug hard
anymore.
enough.
Yeah.
But you can dig up the dirt.
That is true.
You can
but-
have something totally wiped away and be exonerated from it, but someone's going to find a news article
Oh, yeah.
or something. And they're going to be like, but this is here.
Yeah.
Remember this in '87? Barely. What do you?
I was 5.
Gosh.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
What about
things
you,
are gonna be
Brett? What do
changed.
you got coming up in your future, sir?
Well, I know that we're going to the Emery show at the City
yeah.
Winery. When is that? April 13th? Something like that?
13th.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Winery.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we're like right up by the stage. It's like
Yeah,
3
I fucking
people
love
away.
Emery,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's my jam. I was like, it was CKY for a while. I was like, well, Darren Miller's an asshole, so
Yeah.
now not
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. See what I mean? This is how I got, like, when he asked about to do the vulgar thing, just like how passionate you guys got. Just we're front row, we're on the show. Like that's
Yeah.
life to me, in my opinion.
I mean, then there was like, it was like $40 or $50 for like the front seating. I was
Yeah.
like, well, fuck yeah, I'm doing that.
For 10 bones.
And then $50 more, you get to meet and greet before and play bingo with them and
Stop
other
it.
shit. I'm just like, I ain't gonna spend $100 per ticket.
I would.
I don't want to play bingo. I don't want to play bingo.
He gotta take me too.
Yeah, $200.
You care enough for her to give her $100 bill, right? Now.
Yeah, if I had
To play
one.
bingo, I'll give you the 100.
He's like, I'm poor.
and a 7-inch autographed vinyl.
Yeah, I'll give 100. I'm not even going.
Dang.
Maybe I can just go up to the front and be like, okay, so I'm here early. Can I
If I could just
Your boy. Here's a 2.
No, I'm banking off Chad trying to get an interview with him. So
He
there's-
will.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. as hell.
you tell
I'm pretty
him?
sure the VIPs are probably sold out.
Probably so.
Probably
already,
before,
but I
because
think there's only a
just
couple left when I
noticed
looked.
it like what 4 days ago when
Yeah.
you got them.
Like,
Yeah.
if you would offer any metal band that I love and they said you're playing bingo with them, I'm like, take my money. I will get out alone.
What a wild thing. Like, how random.
I
It
know.
was like,
Gonna play
if it was like
bingo
punk
with
rock bingo or
It's
something like
music
that. I was
bingo,
like,
like
yeah, music
Emery
bingo.
saw
sounds
it.
like-
Music bingo.
And they didn't call me to host?
I was
What
going
the?
to say, got the host right here. Holler at the girl.
It's a very calm and serene environment when they do
With
bingo.
that kind of music?
Yeah, well, no, yeah, it's an
Sure.
acoustic
Yeah.
storytelling
Haven't heard
set,
it,
bro.
they
That's
have
what they're
to.
doing.
At the winery.
Yeah.
They're
Chill.
older men now, and they've changed their sets to acoustic. So actually, you would fucking love it, and their voices sound
Yeah.
like fucking Disney princess.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, sure.
When is that?
Okay.
When is it?
April 13th. It's a
13th.
Sunday, I believe. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. You just got a third wheel. Love it.
Yeah.
Love that
You
for you
wanna
guys.
So I can't because my April, shout out to McVeigh. We got this little trip planned in April. I can't shut up about it because I'm
Where are you
super
guys
stoked.
going?
Yeah.
On 420, we're going to Red Rocks to see Wiz Khalifa.
Fuck off.
Oh my.
That is so
jeez.
exciting.
Yes.
I feel like McVeigh's a residence there.
Yes. So he's never been either.
But
So-
he's never been to Red Rock?
No,
No.
He works in Oregon. He's always out west, and I seen it pop up on my feed one time. I've never been. Lamb of God was there with Mastodon last year, each doing incredible albums together, and I didn't get to go. I was like, I don't care what show this year, I'm fucking going. So I scrolled on Red Rock's page, and I couldn't find anything good metal yet. And I saw on 420 Easter Sunday Wiz Khalifa, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, let's go.
So I text McVeigh. I'm like, so what's your plans for 420? And he's like, I don't know. And I said, Wiz Khalifa at Red Rocks. And he's like, all right, okay, cool. Well, then,
He's like, I'm already there.
yeah,
dude.
I'm already there, dude. So then another band that I grew up loving, one of the my top probably 3 albums ever is Poison the Well, their album Opposite of December. They're doing it in full, and Glassjaw is opening.
shit.
Yes.
Really?
Also not coming to St. Louis. So we're going to go Denver, leave Saturday, go to Red Rock Sunday for Wiz Khalifa and 420. Take a little day touristy shit on Monday in Denver, and then drive halfway, grab a motel that night, Monday night, and then Tuesday to Chicago for Poison the Well.
Fuck, you're
Glassjaw.
driving.
Yes,
That's
And then
driving.
shooting down Thursday to Louisville, Kentucky
what?
for Dying Wish and No Cure.
God, dude.
Oh my gosh.
And then driving on Friday. I gotta be at work 6 a.m. Friday morning, and he's like, "It's a 4.5 hour drive. As long as we leave by midnight, I'll get you home. Like, I'll just sleep on the ride home if I have to. Just give me some bath salts." Like, I'll be tired for a day and then recover.
Yeah, it'll be
So
fine.
We're super pumped for that trip. It'll be a good time. We's looking at rental cars today, so it's getting close. And we're
Ooh.
pumped.
That's so
I know.
exciting.
Yeah. Got the tickets. I look at my wallet on my phone all the time.
Make sure they're still
We're
there.
getting close. Yeah, they're still there. They're not taken. But we were just talking last night. Like, I can't. Like, they're gonna see that smoke cloud from space.
Oh,
man, I
yeah.
guarantee it, dude.
100%.
420
Yeah,
Easter
no
and
shit.
Wiz Khalifa.
Right?
Yeah, some other rappers. So that'll be a good time.
We're
Get
gonna
some
have a
rap,
blast.
get some
Make sure you
metal.
guys are safe.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Lots
I mean,
of pictures.
yeah. Oh, you know me. I live on my
yeah.
I was
phone.
like, hook that
so-
damn GoPro up. I want a whole fucking feature
We
of
should.
those two dudes on
Hey,
a
you
fucking
got a
road
chest
trip.
strap?
should.
You
There's a
get
chest-
chest
yeah,
strap.
chest-
I think he's got. I don't know if he's got the head one or he's got some shit. He's got a nice little setup. He took it, like I was saying earlier, to Memphis with us. So
Yeah.
we'll have to do that. That's a good idea.
That'd
But
be
I
cool.
don't want it showing people. I just want it on your face.
Just the head
You just see me sleeping in the car and then like walking through Red Rocks, wafting the smoke out of my face.
No, it's just, that's all it is right
I'm gonna
there.
have to say no so many times. I'm like,
gosh.
no, I'm so hungry.
So great.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking forward to that. That'll be a good time. And then he just texted me last week about, because I'm obsessed with Dying Wish, and they're like doing a little it's a like LDB Fest or something in Louisville, and it's like a pre-concert before the festival weekend
Yeah.
starts. And he loves No Cure, I love Dying Wish, and he's like, hey, this is that Thursday. So we just drive from Chicago to Louisville, and so I looked last night. I was like, yeah,
Why not?
add it to the list.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be a good time. So we're gonna rent a car
Nice.
for a week and then just kind of wing it. And he's so used to just
Always,
driving out that
always.
way, and like it'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so bring on April.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
he's
on.
always a nomad, isn't
know.
he? Just
I know.
always. I'm like, hey, are you in town? No.
I'm in Oregon.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Where the fuck you at
'Cause
now?
I'm taking a bath in a spring in Utah right now. I'm like, I'm heading to a cement plant. I hate you. I love you, but I hate you.
What a life, man. That's
I know.
cool. He's got a
He
cool
does.
gig, you know?
Yep, he
Yeah.
does. Yep, because so many people talk about it,
Yeah.
and
Who
he
has
does
a cool
it.
gig?
Jason McVeigh. Have you met him?
Yeah, except the time he got stuck in the snow on a mountain. and
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah,
showed
he
me,
did
and
get
the only
snuck out
thing
too.
he
He was
had
like,
around
he
him
had to
was a
walk, like,
single little
miles.
Yeah.
spider. Off the ground, like,
Yeah, it was like a
fucking
one
random.
cold spider, just like,
Aw.
he's like, what the fuck are you doing out here?
But in that snap, I appreciated his calmness.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I'd be
Well,
Irate.
the fuck out.
he found that
Middle of
dude in
nowhere.
the on the quad.
Yeah.
Luckily, otherwise he would have been walking back
Dude, he
miles.
said he's had a couple times where he's like, dude, I thought it was the end. He's like, I'm lost, and like, dude, no way. And he just keeps doing it. That's why I call him. Have you seen Into the Wild? I call him Alexander Super
Yeah.
Tramp or whatever.
Oh, that's
and then,
great.
of course, Chad and Anthony took it and were like Jason Alexander Super McVeigh.
Just added more shit to
Yes.
it.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking forward to April.
I was still thinking his gamer tag on the thing on Sunday should have been Timothy McVeigh.
Dude, that'd have been great.
I know.
Did you send mine as Doback?
Yeah,
Dale
Dale
Doback.
Doback.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are like, who the fuck's Big Jacket Smith?
Because I like it. Yeah, I'm like, whoa, it's aggressive.
Well, Dale, thanks for coming and talking to us
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. I appreciate y'all and
Appreciate
Sid putting all this effort into it for just little old me, and we made it happen finally.
Dude,
after
you came
all those
so
struggles.
far to get here.
Dude, drove halfway last night, grabbed a room,
She's down at
filled up today.
Yeah, that Drury Inn there in
Yes.
Arnold that got the sign blown up.
I told you, it was like a 12-step walk over here. I text Brett. I was like, let me know when you guys get there. Well, then I was down in the laundry room putting laundry in the basket, and I look over and see Ian's park, and I'm like, yeah, they're there.
I was gonna read a message. I was like, I'm pretty sure he knows where
I
it is.
saw your car. But yes, thank you. It was fun, and greatly appreciate it. Once again, always and forever grateful to Chad.
Yep.
And, of course, Anthony, and just all that they do for the podcast and Vulgar. And without them, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. So
Yeah.
want
Well,
to say
tell
thank
us
you.
where people can follow Vulgar and where they can listen.
You can listen on, of course, we do the Zoom and stuff on YouTube, Spotify, basically all your podcast outlets we're on. And then Vulgar Display of Podcast on Facebook. And then our merch is, I believe, at the barn. You'll have to look that up on the page.
Printful?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's on the page.
Yes.
All of our
But we're
pages.
on
Go to any
Instagram.
one of them.
Yes, we're on Instagram, Facebook. I believe they have to throw in some TikTok reels and stuff.
Nice.
So,
Like,
Vulgar
if I'm
Display.
at all
Right on.
honest, now we're at the point, which I think to be proud of, is that you can actually Google the barn media.
Yeah,
the
Yes.
it
barn
pops
and
up.
everything will
I
pop
have,
up.
and
I'm
You
like,
can
oh, that's
Google
right
the
here.
Tippy Jo Show and everything
Yes.
on us. Like, we have made a trail now big enough that
Yes.
it filters
We got
to
a
us.
Big Googles.
footprint.
And
Yeah,
another
love
big
it.
shout out is to Micah Poggemiller. He does a lot
Yeah.
up in
Killing it.
Milwaukee
Oh, yeah.
for the podcast, all the behind the scenes stuff, a lot of producing and editing, and then the stuff with the website getting it live.
Yeah.
And thank you, Micah, as well.
And I thought of you when it came to this United Network thing, 'cause I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get down here. We have a
Right.
ringer. He runs the podcast.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll get to see him. We're going up to Milwaukee Metal Fest in May, so we're gonna go
Nice.
spend a night with Micah in Milwaukee and get some good coverage up there. So
Well, me and Brett might be found in your trunk, but don't mind us.
Yeah,
Just
it's fine.
scoot
I want to go
somewhere.
to Milwaukee.
yeah,
Who do I want to go to Milwaukee? Oh, I want to
Yeah.
see Mark Borchardt.
Yes, you do.
Are you saying words over there?
Did you say
Yeah.
Mark
Borchardt. Mark Borchardt. Mark
Mark
Borchardt.
Mark's a bullshark.
Borchardt.
Never heard of that one.
He's a director.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
Kind of.
Is it corn?
Bullshit.
Is it corn movies?
No,
Oh,
it's it was a documentary called American Movie. If you haven't seen it, it came out in 1999, and it's badass. It's about this filmmaker from Milwaukee. No, Wisconsin. It's
Yeah.
Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. So we're not
Oh,
going.
yeah,
We're going
no.
to Wisconsin. Fuck you.
Well, we'll get you to Milwaukee, and you guys trek the rest of the way.
Yeah, go to Wisconsin,
that,
bring
Dale.
me home
Yes.
cheese,
Cheese.
please.
Yep.
Yes,
Of
thank
course.
you. Thank you.
And Milwaukee's best.
Obviously.
Yes, I can't get that down here.
You can get Missouri's best, though.
What
Yeah.
is that? Natty
That's us.
Light.
Yeah, Monterey water.
Give me that lid.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yes,
thank you
thank
for
y'all.
watching and listening to the Tippy Jo Show. I am Joe.
Yes.
This is
Tibby!
This has been Dale,
Yes, Dale.
and we have our
I'm just the
beautiful
camera
My
guy.
dude. Hey, we're gonna get you a shirt.
Or Bert.
Yes.
Or Bert.
Thank you
Adios,
guys.
amigos.
Bye.